Nerds. Have you ever felt bad for your bully? Everyone at school thought Leo was the funniest kid alive. He'd walk into first period doing this perfect impression of Mr. Watson trying to reach the top shelf in the supply closet, complete with the little grunting sounds. The whole class would lose it. During lunch, Leo would tell these crazy stories about his weekend adventures. Like the time he supposedly convinced a McDonald's worker he was conducting a French fry quality inspection and got free food for an hour. Even the quiet kids would crack up. Teachers couldn't stay mad at him. When he got caught putting googly eyes on every calculator in math class, Mrs. Chang just sighed and handed him a detention slip while trying not to smile. But here's the thing nobody noticed. Leo never talked about home. Ever. One Tuesday, we got this substitute teacher who clearly didn't know our class. She gave us this writing assignment. What do you wish people knew about you? Everyone groaned and wrote generic stuff about wanting to be famous or whatever. But Leo actually seemed focused. He was writing for like 20 minutes straight, which was weird because he usually just drew little cartoons in the margins. Then the sub did something that still makes my stomach drop. She started reading papers out loud, thinking they were all anonymous. Most were boring. Then she picked up Leo's. I don't talk at home. No one there listens. Not even when I scream. My jokes are just me practicing how to be heard. The room went dead silent. You could hear the clock ticking. Everyone turned to look at Leo. He burst out laughing. Gotcha. I totally made that up to mess with the sub. Did you see your faces? But I saw his hands. They were shaking like crazy. After class, I caught up with him by his locker. Dude, did you really make that up? Leo grinned and did this exaggerated wink. Come on, you know I'm always performing. That's what I do. But something felt off. Over the next few weeks, I started paying attention differently. Leo always stayed at school until like 5:30, way after everyone left. He'd just sit in the library or hang around the gym. When I asked why, he'd joke about avoiding chores or something. He never invited anyone over. When kids talked about sleepovers or hanging out at each other's houses, Leo would change the subject real quick. And here's what really got me. Whenever someone yelled, even just joking around, Leo would flinch. Like his whole body would tense up for a second before he'd cover it with a laugh. One Friday, I decided to follow him after school. I know that sounds creepy, but I couldn't shake this feeling. Leo walked to the public library downtown, but it was closed. He just sat on the steps in his thin jacket, even though it was freezing. He stayed there for 2 hours. I walked over. Hey, what are you doing? He jumped. Oh, just waiting for my ride. Mom's always late, you know how it is. But no car came. He just sat there until dark. Want me to wait with you? I asked. Nah, she'll be here soon. I didn't leave though. We sat there together, not really talking. Finally, around 8, Leo got up. She forgot again, he said, trying to laugh it off. Guess I'm walking. I offered to walk with him. He said no like 5 times, but I just started walking anyway. His house was this tiny place with dead grass and newspapers piled on the porch. The windows were covered with sheets instead of curtains. This is me, he said, not moving toward the door. Through the thin walls, we could hear yelling. Loud, angry yelling. Leo's face went completely blank. Is that? I started. My mom doesn't sleep much, he said quietly, and my brother gets mad when I'm loud. So at school, I learned to be loud in a way that makes people smile instead of throwing things. That hit me like a truck. My mom started letting Leo come over after school. At first, he'd just do homework and leave, but then he started staying for dinner. He was still funny, but different. Calmer. Like he didn't need to perform every second. He stopped doing the crazy pranks at school, too. Not because anyone told him to, but because he didn't need the laughs as much anymore.